left the sunshine behind. Now Arkansas calls, where the land's untamed and wild. Gary, Mary, Miller, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends.
All right, good morning. See, a little rain, a little bit of sunshine, well, a whole lot of sunshine. So this morning we're out here trying to get that pile of wood up. Trying to get that, remember that pile of wood we had right here. So I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. And then I'm gonna start working on that side over there. I'm gonna move the trailer around so I can get tow truck in there and start smoothing some of that dirt out. And keep going, man. Just every day, you know, it's something new, something different. Still gotta wait for the ground to dry up, but all my ditches worked, y'all. All my ditches worked. So that was a really good sign. Everything worked out great. So super happy. Said, come along if you feel like a room without a roof. All right. Pond is, we did pump it out yesterday. So that one little hole is still filling up. You can still see it coming down out of the ground right over there. But that's cool. It's doing its job. So I might get in here and dig some of this out today, because I want to get all of this, the deep end right here, dug out, and that side over there where it starts to narrow in, get that side dug out, and that way all of this can start doing its thing, and I can let the dirt start drying. And because I can sit right in here, and you know, right in this area here, I can sit here with the backhoe and be able to dig and not have to worry about anything. So I got to get some more dirt out and spread out and dry while I got the chance, because we do have more rain coming. It's only a 50 or 60% chance, but you know how that goes. It may or may not rain. Either way, I'm not going to slow down and just let things stop me, you know what I mean? So if it sits out there, at least it's out of the hole and getting dry. So when it does stop raining, it'll dry. So let's get busy, y'all. A little update on the buggy. We got stuff coming. We got the new filters coming, some fuel lines, stuff like that. So clamps ought to be here today, and I should be able to get her fired. And then I'll start working on the steering a little at a time here. You know, my main concern is keeping the Gemstead going. That's a side project there. That's just a fun toy to play with. So like I said, my main goal is getting that shop up. After seeing the way the rain hit the other day with it over there, y'all, just so you know, a little update there too. I only had one little spot that water set in, and it only sat for a few minutes in there. So it didn't stay there very long. So at least I know where it's at. So let's walk you over here and show you real quick. So if you can see, there's a little hole right there, a little low spot. So I've got to bring this out further, and you see I still got a little bit of standing water there. I can't really do anything to it until this evening. I want the sun to cook on this real good for right now. And I think the only reason that puddle's even still there is because of them two trees right there shading that area. And you know, those may end up coming out anyway, because Mary did say she wanted to get rid of a lot of those over there, just because we would rather have some grass. And we want the shade trees to be shade trees, and not all of it just getting shaded all the time everywhere, you know what I mean? You know, if we want to be able to go hang out in the shade, we'll go hang out in the shade. Other than that, I want grass. I want this to look nice and pretty out here, you know what I mean? So that's the plan. Anyway, let me get after this and get this stuff done, and I'll take you along for the ride. So we'll see you in a short. Ain't that right, babies? All right, well, things are drying out. I got that pile moved, and I went over here and did some more stuff over here. And no, I didn't set the camera up for it, but you know, that's all good. At least you're getting to see that pile moved. I'm fixing to get tow truck out now, and I got a couple more piles leveled out back there. I'm gonna get tow truck in here and move that stuff, and then get these tree limbs that fell over the last couple storms out of there, and get those cleaned up, and then so we can get in here and mow, and get all this, got some of that smoothed out right there. So I'll bring tow truck in here and level the rest of this, and this is where, you know, we put our water line back then. But yeah, I got some more of that smoothed out there, and then I'll have to move the trailer here, and because this is all the wood that we got that's gonna finish our door. And just keep moving along, y'all. It's really starting to look nice. And then probably later on today, I'm gonna get the rest of that stuff set up to get ready to move, because once I get the shop set up, all of that stuff right there is going over to the shop. Same thing with the bush hog out there, all that stuff, the mower, all that stuff's going to the shop. So anyway, we got our friend Tim O'Brien's coming up this weekend, and he's gonna fix the zero turn for us. And you know, we've got another brand new tire for it. He's got some parts for it, and he's gonna help me get it running. And shoot, won't be long between that and the other special thing we got coming up. Man, this is gonna look, it's just coming together, y'all. By the end of this summer, y'all seen it last summer when we started out here. You know, we moved in here June 15th. So I'm figuring this time next year, you're gonna see an amazing difference. And I know, seeing a video every day, you don't see that much change, but it's, if you notice all the little subtle changes, you'll see it. It's gonna keep coming along, keep getting better and better. And right now, you know, we're just having to deal with the wet stuff. So it's gonna dry out real soon. As soon as it dries out good, you're gonna see some things happening pretty fast at that point. And so right now I've got some, I put out the feelers today to a couple of people I know around here, and asking about getting me some sand, because one of y'all suggested sand for inside the pergola here. So I think that'd be a really good idea. I got to get a little more dirt, right? Got stuff in my hand. A little more dirt right in this area here to bring it up a little bit, and then I got to jack it up and get the concrete pads up on there, and then I'm going to bring the sand in about 2 or 3 inches deep and get it all nice and level, and then we'll start putting the pavers in there, or the sandstone or slate rock, whatever y'all call it. I'm not used to all these rock terminologies up here, y'all. I'm not a geologist. All right, so let me get tow truck fired up and let's get busy. We'll get some more stuff done. All right, see you in short. All right, so we fired up tow truck and we went out here, and I couldn't show you all this because, you know, you can only see me just for a minute or so at a time if I put it out there, because I really don't have any good mounts for the tractor for tow truck. And it's real hard to hold the camera. Like it takes all 4 of your limbs to run that tractor. So, but I did smooth this out a little bit. I'm starting to get the holes filled in right here that we're holding water, and I smoothed out the hump right there a little more. And now I'm going to come back down here and get some of this over here smoothed out, and then hopefully we can get some grass seed here soon. Found the bag that we brought from Florida, but I think it's it had gotten cut open, and I think it's not any good anymore. But who knows? I didn't really think grass seed could go bad, but you never know. So I'm gonna get in here and start smoothing all this out. Hopefully I can avoid as much barbed wire as possible. I think I got most of it out, but I still see a little piece sitting over there. So I'm gonna get these logs up right here and start smoothing all this stuff out, and then we'll get the lawnmower out there. See, I got the pile gone, so I'll be smoothing that out and getting the big stuff out of that too, so we can start getting some grass growing. And then soon the beast will be moving over to the shop. And it's still a little soft over there by the shop, y'all, so probably not gonna play with that today. We'll get all this done, worry about that tomorrow, because that way that'll dry out a little more over there. So let's get busy, see what we can get done. All right, well, a little change of plans. So y'all see this little bar right here, right? it just keeps bending up. So what's happening is my blade is wanting to dip down like that and nose down. It's not wanting to grab anything. So looks like we're gonna have to do a repair on that. So we're gonna take her over here and we're gonna take this thing off and we're gonna straighten it out best we can with the bucket on Bertha. Set her on the concrete, straighten it out, and then I'm gonna dig the welder out, and we're gonna weld a couple of steel rods onto that thing and stiffen it way up, because it's just not doing anything right now. So, you know, as you can see here, I've got this pushed out as far as I can push it out there to keep the blade tilted up, and I need to make something on there so I can put that log back on there and get me some weight on this thing. So let's make that happen. All right, I'll be back. All right, well, now that we got this somewhat straightened out here, y'all, it's semi-flat, about as flat as it's gonna get. But I do have this little piece of rod right here, and it just so happens that fits there pretty sweet to make that stiff. So that's what I'm gonna do there, is I'm gonna clean this up and weld this on there, and then we'll put it back on there. And then I've got another one of those rods laying around here somewhere, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld them standing up on here somehow, like right here on the back, to either I'll probably just lean them back like this a little bit, so we can use it for setting that log up there and not have to worry about the log so much. But I do have to cut this piece off of here. It got just tore off somehow. But we used to use that for lifting heavy transmissions and stuff back in the day. So that's why them two plates are on there. Because that way a transmission would sit, the pan would sit right down in there nice, and tow truck could lift her up. But we don't have to worry about that anymore. So we got Bertha for that kind of stuff now. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that plate off of there. And I might even use that plate for one of them arms to hold this up here. But let's get busy doing this, and we'll make it happen. All right, we got to fix her.
Junktojems Homestead, where we live off the land. With hard work and heart, we'll make our stand. From four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this life with me. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. In live chats we'll tell you what's new, sharing our progress and projects with you. From Florida's coast to Arkansas hills, racing thrills.
All right, well, at this point, I can't get this to straighten out anymore, so we're just gonna put her down there, put a few good welds down through it. It's just enough to keep it from bending back, because evidently it's too hard for me to beat on, and I don't have my big welding table set up yet or anything, so I've really got no way to put a big sledgehammer on it or anything like that to flatten her out right. So I'm just gonna put it on here, put a bunch of tacks all the way down it, and that'll be enough to keep it from rolling back up again, and we'll just make it happen. You know, if I had a big slab of concrete out there on a shop, and you know, my welding sawhorses over there and my big welding table set up, you know what, I'd be set up. But I don't have that, and I need to make tow truck work right now, so it is what it is. So we're just gonna put this together and make it so, number one. Hopefully I got enough wire left in here. Yep. Okay. It ain't got to be perfect for right now. You know, somewhere down the road, I'll probably end up taking it all apart and redoing it. I'm not going to put that much weld on it to where it'll make it super difficult to do that. And at some point, I'll be able to have my table set up and be able to make this sweet again. So for right now, it's just enough to keep it from bending. That's all I'm really worried about, y'all. So let's make that happen. Got our little hit box kicking over here, y'all. All right, well, it's not quite cooled down that all the way yet, but I'm being a little impatient. So I'm gonna try and set her up on here. No, can't be patient when you got work to do. I'm kidding. No, I just want to get her done, y'all. It's still a little hot. I'll get the bolts started and everything, and we can just let her cool as she goes. You know, I ain't got to have my hands on it the whole time. I had to weld this plate on here a few years back because I was cruising along and the blade dropped on me, and I don't remember what I hit, but I hit something, and man, it pulled it right up out of there. Man, it's, like I said, this thing is 50, 60 years old, this box blade is. So, you know, tractor's 70 years old. Tractor's almost exactly 10 years older than I am. So I'll probably start her up here in a second. I'm gonna let that one end cool because that was the real hot end. I'm gonna let that cool, and then we'll set it back up here. So let me take a quickie break, and I'll be right back. Let's start her up and move it. Well, you know, if I didn't know better, I'd think they made crescent wrenches just for farmers. So, you know, it never fails. You can grab all your wrenches that you want. If you don't know the size crescent wrench. But that's working, and we'll let that dog cool down a little bit, and we'll pick her back up and see if we can't get to clean up the mess here, and we'll get some stuff going. But I think that's gonna work. So let's start her up and see what happens. I think that's gonna do much better, y'all. Much better. And soon, tow truck's gonna get she's gonna get fancied up. She, he, whatever you want to call him, but soon it's gonna get fancied up. We're gonna make it pretty. We're gonna get fix all the lights and fix the hood and all that kind of stuff. I'd run across the bolts the other day in the trailer, so for the hood, to put the hood back on. But either way, they're not hard to, you know, it's not hard to come up with some more bolts for that. It's only like 8 bolts to hold the hood on. But I would like to get it set up on my old plastic sawhorses over there soon, and just throw a coat of primer paint on it, you know. At least make it look a little better than what it does, and get the hood back on it. And then I can have all my lights working again and all that kind of good stuff. And maybe paint the fenders up, make it look a little better. So we'll do that soon. Right now, all this mud, ain't no sense even trying to do any of that. Right now I need it to work. So hence the bar is now straight again. Well, straight as it's gonna get anyway, but it'll work. That's the important part. So let's see if we can't get some more work done. We do have that live here in a little while, so you know, I got to get some more of this done. So let's come on back and do some work. truck got power steering. All the power you can muster to turn it. So you should give you a workout on them arms now. Let's see if we can turn her up just a little bit. Now, before Tony and I started messing with it, well, I should say Tony started messing with it, I couldn't even idle like that and pull a load with it. So, thank you, Tony. That's Tony over there at Judy Jules in the Big Italian. Some of my favorite people in the world. Let's go over here and see if we can't fill this little mud hole. Run back and get another battery. This one's about to die on me, so bear with me. I need to build me some little buckets like I can set up on there and strap them down somehow, or build me some kind of rack I can strap down on there and be able to hold some big rocks in there, keep the weight on it, you know. Good morning, y'all. Well, day 497.36. I don't know. Anyway, you know, we do have that rain coming. Trying to prep for 10 killers, so I'm trying to get, you know, I got a bunch of dirt already dried out and laid out here, so I'm going to smooth this all out real quick. First though, I'm going to go over here and move all my stuff over this way, over here beside the shop, and get it inside the shop, or at least up against the fence line right here. So get all that stuff moved out of the way real fast. And then I'm going to start smoothing all these piles of dirt. I got some nice dry dirt here that I found in the back, so I'm going to be getting that up and smoothing all this out. So hopefully we can get the shop going. It's so close now that I think this piles that I have right here, I think can make happen, that we can put it up. So let me get this stuff moved, and then we'll start moving some dirt around here, spreading it out. Maybe we can dig this thing out and get started on it today. We'll see. So let's give it a shot. All right. Oh, one more thing. Patio Well got back with me, and they are working on getting me a couple of panels coming so I can finish the awning out here, and we'll see how that goes. They were very, very helpful. We went back and forth for like 2 hours last night with emails, trying to figure out the exact panels that I needed and what have you. And I got to tell you, I was really surprised that customer service over there, like being that far away, they actually got back with me like that and responded quickly and was right on top of it. So Patio Well, thank you. All right, we'll see y'all soon. All right, well, that's looking much better. Got some more inside the pergola. A little bit at a time, y'all. Just keep spreading this stuff out until it gets all raised up. You see I've got it raised up there, you know, a good 6 inches or so, 8 inches. And I'm gonna raise the rest of the pergola up a little bit more. At least on the inside. I found this nice dirt, so I think I got enough that I can move the hot tub out of there now and cover up all that clay and smooth it out with a rake and start setting our pavers. So I'm really looking forward to that. That way I don't have to worry about the sand, because this stuff is pretty soft and movable. So that's what the plan is today. I'm gonna get the rest of this moved over here. Mary's out there. Look at her. There she is. She getting groceries going. So I gotta move. You see, I got all the trash moved over here. Didn't realize I had blocked the camera when I was moving that stuff, but I am gonna take the backhoe here and use the bucket to smooth some of this stuff out right here, and get that one little dead tree right there out of there. I might just cut it down or something with a sawzall, but I want to get this smoothed out here, and then get a couple more loads back there and towards the back. You know, eventually I would like to see this be able to have a drive-through all the way around the shop, but who knows. It'll take quite a bit of dirt to fill all that in over there, but at least my ditch is working, so that's a good sign. You see, even from the heavy rain, it didn't just sit there and hold a bunch of stuff. And look at that, all that down through there, it's all dry. The ditch is all dry down through there, so it drained good, which is a good sign. So as I get a couple more loads of dirt, I will be putting them in here and filling all this in back here. I still got to get them 2 trees down right there, or actually it's 1 tree that's grown into who knows how many. At least get the small stuff down that's hitting the barn or hitting the shop there. But I don't know, I might just take it all out, get rid of it all together, and then cool seal the roof. So I'll see. But let me get over here and move all this stuff around, smooth it out, and keep getting at her. All right, so let's make it happen. See you in short. I'm ready to get the shop going, y'all. That's the main goal right now, get the shop going. Then I can take her with all this stuff a little bit at a time in between. Well, y'all, I know it may not look like a whole lot has been done, but I actually been getting at it all day long. So you can see we got a bunch more dug out of the pond, and we'll let that dry out, let it do its thing. Found a bunch more big rocks right here. Look at them big rocks right there. So now this is pretty deep down there. It's deeper on this side than it is on that side now. So once I get over there and start digging that out, this will all come around here and get this deep all the way back to about here somewhere. Where am I going? Hard to walk backwards, y'all. All the way back to about the edge of this tree right in here, somewhere right in here. I'm thinking this driveway right here may not be this drive right here that we've been using. I don't think it's going to be in use for very long. But got everything tightened up over there. Just got to run tow truck over here a few more times, and then I'm going to do my layout. I've got to go get 4 pavers. Or 6 pavers, so that I can put this this carport down on it. But I've got to smooth the rest of this out from running Bertha across here. It's packed it down pretty good, so now I just got to smooth it out. And that was part of the reason for doing that. And I came over here and helped Mary out a little bit this morning on her little project, which was getting some more of these trees cleared out back here. That was so she's got that going on back there now, so she's trying to get her garden area ready. And as you can see, that pond right there is filled up. So I've got to get the pump over here and pump this out now. So in case we do get that other rain, look at that thing filled right on up. So in case we do get that other rain, this will be ready to take it. So got a bunch more cleared over there, as you can see. Starting to look good. A little at a time, y'all, a little at a time. Like I said, I'm gonna run tow truck a little bit more across this over here and smooth it all out, and kind of get it ready. This back here, not doing anything with right now, just because I don't want to. I'm going to let this dry out and let the rain do its thing again, smooth everything out. So we shall get you back here in just a short. I'm going to set you up so you can see how it smooths right on out, and then I think we're going to call it a day. All right, we'll see you in a short. Well, as y'all seen, I've been getting her done today. Man, he said, see, I do have a grasses. So, all my rock is, all my wet mud is draining out real nice. Everything over there looks really good. I am gonna start laying everything out tomorrow. I was trying to get to it today, but y'all, I just kicked my tail. Running a tow truck that much today. And look at how deep that thing is. That's probably another 2 foot down in that hole right there. So we're gonna be getting to that. But man, you see the water's trying to drain off of there right there a little bit. I am gonna help create a couple little runs here, right there. Get this water to drain back down in there. Don't really have any more coming out of the banks, which is a good sign. So that means things are drying out fast, but all that looks really good. After 10 killer this week, we will be at 10 killer this weekend. So after that, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna start getting all this stuff cut up and moved. And I wanna stand corrected. I forgot that dog door was bought by one of you awesome subscribers, and I won't mention who it was, but I was corrected last night about that during after the live. That yeah, that wasn't a dog door that we brought from Florida. That was one a subscriber got for us when we got here. So I want to thank them especially for that, and for everything else. Every one of y'all have contributed to helping us get to this point. Without you, this probably wouldn't have happened. So again, my deepest of gratitude is there, and thank you. So anyway, we're gonna call this a day. I got to get this video out to you. It's gonna be late as it is, so just wanted to give you a quick glance of everything. Everything's all built up really nice. It's starting to look really good, and just wanted to say thank you all. So don't forget, you know, same old stuff. Like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. Come see us at Junktojems, because you just never know what kind of junk we're going to turn into a gem. Just look. It's getting there. Beautiful. All right. See y'all tomorrow.